Hello, good evening, and welcome to this nighttime, almost nighttime taste challenge. All right. Well, next week they'll start daylight savings, so it's to be daylight 6 o'clock. Two thumbs down on that, but I got two thumbs up on these. I got the Bacardi Reserva Ocho, Reserva Ocho, rare gold rum. Bottle number CV6463. The youngest rum barreled in 2010. So it was put in the barrel in 2010, and the youngest rum at least, and it was bottled in 2018. This particular one got a special price on it at Walmart. This one and the Grand Reserva Diaz and the beautiful cedar wood case with the glass front, a humidor, snaps. $35. Crazy, right? Hey, Ron, cheers to you, good sir. Hey, Ronnie S. Burley Sullivan. Yo, Ron. Hey, Burley. Okay, so we got Ronnie, Burley. Other people watch it now. The Comparative, Appleton Estate Signature Blend Jamaica Rum. Formerly known, I think it's VX. Crafted in the heart of Jamaica. This is distilled and blended by Ray and Nephew Limited. J. Ray and Nephew Limited. I think I forgot to put that down there on the description. Imported by Comparative America, San Francisco, product of Jamaica. All right, so this is from a U.S. Commonwealth. This is from a Commonwealth realm. Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Jamaica. Okay, well, anyway, 1862, that company was started in Cuba, Spanish Cuba, 1862. And this was in British Jamaica, 1749. Okay, so this one is over 100 years older. The company I'm talking about, not that signature blend, necessarily. But yeah, I mean, forgot to make the tags. I knew I was forgetting something. That's all right. Looking at the Bacardi 8-year-old website while I'm doing these tags. This says created in 1862, Bacardi Reserva Ocho. That means 8 reserve. Rum is one of the oldest private rum in the world. For 7 generations, the Bacardi family enjoyed it as their personal reserve. Today, everyone can enjoy it. So it was a family blend, and then they decided to sell it and make money off of it instead of just making it for themselves at parties or whatever. They would drink it. Okay, so we got that one. I will need tags for these because the color is similar on these two. Okay. Now, for the next 2 weeks, it's going to mostly be blended American whiskey, all right? There'll be a few rums thrown in for the rest of this month, but it won't be too common, I don't think. It's mostly going to be American blended whiskey. A bunch of different ones versus Kentucky Bow. Well, I still haven't posted our duo review of that. I didn't do a solo, but I did a duo review with my friend David. I think that's sufficient. We never said it was bad. If you watch the review, whenever that gets posted, we just said it was ordinary. I know I'm giving away the suspense, huh? But I didn't care because $6.49 a bottle. Okay, so it was ordinary, but it was only $6.49 a bottle. Big deal. You say, yeah, but you could pay $50 to get something really good. This is true. Yes. But I wanted to see what that one tasted like. I figured it was going to be kind of blah. And it was. Especially my experience with Heaven Hill hasn't been super positive. I'm not talking about Heaven Hill straight bourbons. I'm talking about they're blended. Okay. So they're talking about cocktails you can make. Tasting notes for the Reserva Ocho. It takes 8 years for a batch of Bacardi Reserva Ocho to mature. Now, remember, the youngest is 8 years. So there could be rums in here 9, 10, 11, 12 years. But patience is rewarded by its distinctive, refined flavor with notes of prune, apricot, nutmeg, and vanilla. I'll never remember that. And I'm going to get it off right here. I'm going to take it off the screen so that I don't remember because I want to give my own assessment. Appleton Estate Signature is a blended rum, which means it is a combination of several rums of different styles and ages and does not have an age statement. But then they go on. 15 select aged rums aged for an average of 4 years. No age statement on the bottle. A beautiful harvest gold and amber color with remarkable clarity and brilliance. Perfectly balanced, complex fruits, fruity and sweet notes with a subtle orange peel, dried apricot, fresh peach, and a hint of molasses and woody notes. Finishes as serenely as it started in the mouth, whatever that's supposed to mean, I guess. Quiet or smooth or something. So I'm not going to remember all those descriptors, which is, like I say, a good thing because you don't want to cloud your opinion of it. Rob Futt says, just had a bottle, 99 said, just had a bottle of the 8. Ironically, it was very good, but I didn't like the aftertaste as well as the Dooley's shock I tried recently. Dorley's. Not familiar with that. Drinking Oscar Blues, Canna Bliss, Tropical IPA, says JBD. Joe Biden's niche. That's a good one. 90 out of 100. I'd go a little higher, but that's a good score. I have faith you will win this challenge. I don't really have much faith. You ever tried a rum called Baku? No, that's good too. And Smith and Cross is good too if you ever get into rum again in the big way. Well, I'm just trying to get through the brands, you know. I mean, I buy one here, buy one there. Good evening, says Craig. Swenson, good evening to you. So, Rob Futt, 99. It's not that I don't want to try all these other brands. It's just a matter of getting to them. Now, I already have the Cruzan White and the Cruzan Gold, the dark one, the aged. They're both aged rums. So that's going to take a little while. And then I got the Albertsons rum. Yeah, Albertsons. I bought a half bottle, $2.99 for the half size. Could go buy another one. I thought they had like one bottle left for like a year over there. I was like, well, I told you they discontinued it. And then all these looked like a whole case showed up at customer service. I said, what the what? But I looked at the bottle carefully. It looks like they were from leftover from 8 years ago. So they're probably just going to try to, you know, they're not going to throw it out. So I said, oh, they got so much back stock. They're just selling it off as they get it out the warehouse. But I'd be curious to try the Albertsons rum because you know who makes it? You know, Leggett, the Founders Company. In other words, Sazerac. Okay. So I got that white rum. If it tastes kind of good, yeah, I'll go buy the rest because we're only talking about $5.98 for a bottle. What do you know, hey, not going to be much cheaper than that. Oh, yeah, and they had all of that Canadian Crest over there for $5.99 on sale. I said, look at them over there at Albertsons with Canadian Crest, Canadian blended whiskey for $5.99. And then you got the big bottles for cheaper than that. But I didn't want to get it. Not bad, though. Drinking a few of the Abita's Hop 99. I haven't bought that one yet. I know it's kind of like their version of Founders All Day. And I've seen some Abita commercials for that, television commercials. It's my weekend beer of choice because I can have a 6-pack and still not feel that I drink too much. Yeah, that's the whole purpose behind those. They're like light beer ales, more or less. Like people would prefer ale. Sometimes they have a little more flavor. Sometimes not. But depending what you're drinking, right? Okay, so it's gonna take me forever to listen to all these songs in Rock and Roll Club. They went berserk this weekend. I was like, how can I listen to all of this? And I was making my way through it. Some of the songs I heard before, but some I haven't. Some were good. Some were good. Most I don't really like them, but I don't really like most rock and roll songs. I like some of them. Okay, gold and gold. So the color is identical, really, amber and amber. Now you might say, why would you have a rock and roll club on Facebook and you don't like most rock music? Well, the 20% I do like, I like it. And then I can post the songs I like, and then people can post the songs they like, and I can listen to theirs, and then they can not listen to mine, because I don't think most people post and listen to other people's stuff. You know how people always say, like, oh, look at my vacation photos. And you're like, I don't care about that. But you do it. You say, oh, okay. Oh, the Parthenon. Saw that in a book. Oh, and then we went to Greece, and we went to this restaurant. Look at these olives, and look at this man. He was bent over. We thought he was sick, but he was playing some game that they play in Greece called kaklik, and it was about, and it goes on and on. And you're like, oh, okay. Now later, when you come back from a trip, you say, you want to see my vacation photos from Natchez, Mississippi? And they give you they won't even pay attention to it. They won't look at it for 1 minute. You know people like that, and they do that in Rock and Roll Club. And like, oh wow, man, listen to my 2-hour live album from Little Feat. It's awesome. It changed my life. I'm like, 2 hours? I mean, a double album, and it lasts like hour and a half. I'm like, are you going to listen to everybody else's posts? Well, I'm busy. I mean, I have a life. I have things to do. Well, you want me to listen to your double album from a band I never heard of or barely have heard of and don't even care about. But I'll listen to it. You know me, I'll listen to the whole thing. And then I'll say, are you going to listen to other people's double albums? And they'll admit, well, no. I was like, well, then don't post albums, all right? Don't do what don't expect other people to do what you're not going to do. All right, anyway, enough ranting about that, but I know you'll agree. All right. Hey, Ronald, says David Arthur. Hey, David. Robert said, Bud has a 55 out. That's like 55 calories and less than 2% alcohol. Now, those are hard to get a buzz on. Well, yes. I know what you're talking about. I'm the same way. I love metal, but really only 6 bands. I don't bother with anything else because there just isn't enough time. Yeah, right. Time. Get it? Time. I like some heavy metal bands, but most of that kind of music I can't stand. And it's, you say, yeah, old, because you're old. I've been saying that since 1985. In 1985, I was saying, I don't even like these bands. I like a few bands, and they're good. The rest I thought was trash. Now, anyway, looking at other people's vacation photos like a purgatory. Agreed. Yeah, but the thing about it is they want you to look at their vacation photos, but they wouldn't give you the time of day to look at yours. I just know people like that, and I got members like that in Rock and Roll Club. Oh, listen to this, listen to that. I had to limit them to 2 songs a day because they'll post 100, especially if they're drinking. Oh man, listen to this. It's like, nah, I don't know. 2 a day. If you're that much of a rush, why are you in the club? It's not a rush. It's not a matter of being in a rush. Okay. Talking about rush, I've been doing rush songs 2 a day for a year now. But every Saturday, only on Saturday, 2 songs a day. Do I want people to listen to all the albums that I own because I own every Rush studio album? Well, yeah, but are they gonna? They're not. But maybe 2 songs a week they could tolerate. See, and I'm going in chronological order. Now, see, that's called having patience and not being in a big rush. Why you got to be in a rush? Why Do I have to listen to all of that? Okay. But anyway, so I'm trying to get through that. I think I'll catch up. I don't know. But I always pin them down. I pin them down. I'm like, you listen to all of this? Well, no. Well, couldn't I just get on YouTube and listen to a bunch of songs, right? Like, why do I have to have a group on Facebook so everybody could post a bunch of songs and not listen to each other's music? That doesn't make any sense. It's like I'm trying to make some, it's like, you get that? You know, I'm glad that the Kinks change your life. That's wonderful. But like, maybe other people don't care about them. That's human nature. Very few two-way roads. Right. What is Rock and Roll Club? It's a club I have on, it's a group I have on Facebook. It's called Rock and Roll Club. And we theoretically listen to each other's music. I do. They don't. Well, some do. Some do. But you know, they don't listen to all of it. I love Rush. Rest in peace, Neil Peart. Favorite baseball team? Chicago White Sox. Justin Hopkins asked. I think Reddit has threads for exchanging favorite bands. Okay. So anyway, enough ranting and raving about that. But you get the drift. I was telling one of the administrators today, I said, some of these people, it's all about me, 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 me. But if it's the other way, I don't got time for that. I don't care about the Velvet Underground. It's like, well, you made me listen to all these Marshall Crenshaw songs about a girl and she's nice and I want to talk to her. Okay. This smells like Bacardi, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a lot of oak, it's a lot of char, and it's like old. It's like old furniture, okay? And it's very refined, like Reserve. Call it these Reserve series. They call it the Reserve series. It is Reserve. It's very held back on the aroma, okay? This one, wow. This one is very bursting in the aroma. So this one is very out front. It's like, hey, y'all, look at me. I'm a rum, and I smell like roasted marshmallows. It does, I'm telling you. I like the glass he chose for tasting these rums. A good glass really helps pick the notes. I broke one of mine. There's a person I know that has these. I'm asking, could I have another one? He won't mind because he's got them backstage. He's just trying to get rid of them. You know, he'll give them to people. But these are called Diamore glasses. It's like a liqueur, like a brandy or a rum liqueur. They're nice little snifters, aren't they? I had Glencairns. I got one left. John and Nilly gave me 4 Glencairns. I got one left. Why? The other 3 broke. With the slightest little tap. Like, it's not like I was rough with these glasses. It just cracked and shattered with no kind of effort. These are kind of sturdy, but a big Blue Moon glass came falling down in the sink, and it hit the stem here and sliced part of it off, sheared it, or whatever they say for that. I was like, damn, excuse my language. I'm a neophyte when it comes to spirits. Is rum older than whiskey? I think rum is older, like as far as being a drink, but I'm not sure about that because I think in like Scotland and Ireland, they were drinking whiskey a long time ago. I'm not really sure. I know in the colonial days of America, rum was more popular. That's what they would drink all the time, rum. More than water. Because water was so dangerous, you could die. You know, it was no filtrate treatment system. But rum was safe to drink, except that people would be sipping on it all day long. So they call that rot gut. Now people call rot gut any like cheap product, but really the term rot gut came from just rum. Because like in the 1780s, you know what I'm saying? They would just drink this, take shots all day. I'm talking about like everybody, you know, in America, because you're thirsty. But if you do that all day long, what is it going to do to your digestive system, your intestine, your body? It's going to tear it up. So they call it rot gut. You know, life expectancy wasn't very long back then. And people would smoke all the time back then. Cigars, pipes, chew tobacco, like all the time. constantly. Drink rum, then drink whiskey maybe, and then Madeira wine, port wine, which is like 17% alcohol, then wine with dinner. Then milk. It wasn't pasteurized. Some people I know drink unpasteurized milk today. They claim there's some kind of government conspiracy, you know, to make you drink pasteurized milk. Usually like right wing people tend to be that way with that. Okay. All right, these don't taste alike at all, and they don't smell alike. They look alike. I know rum is the world's most widely produced spirit. I heard that recently. You did? I haven't heard that, but I would believe it. Every liquor store, like, look at all the rum, right? Hello, Ron, says Maxwell. Hey, Maxwell. Wine is fine, but whiskey's quicker. Oh, yeah, from Blizzard of Oz. Is slow with liquor. All right, okay. The Bacardi, remember, is about $30 a bottle. The Appleton Estate, about $20 a bottle. I'm rounding off. I got the Appleton Estate for some bizarre price, $9.99. $9.99. True story. Mathern's had it. Thank you, Mathern's. All right. So I know this is the Bacardi, and I know that's the Appleton Estate because it tastes like the not burnt marshmallow, like if you go to a marshmallow roast, but like it's close. You know, like you can get it really brown, but if you wait 1 second more, it turns black. It's like toast. You can do that with toast. It'll be gold and then black in an instant. So you just got to catch it right at that tipping point. And they did catch it at the tipping point. But remember, this is a blend of 15 different rums, 15 different ones. What are they? You'll not ever find that out. It's a magnificent aroma and it's a fabulous taste. You can pick out water. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. It's like water. It's like Jamaican, like mountain water, probably from some kind of creek or something. But I mean a big one, you know, like constant supply. It's very nice. Very nice. Smooth. Well, you could really sip on this all day long. I mean, it would kill you, but so it's so... I was reading some reviews of this Appleton Estate signature blend, and they were talking so bad about it, some of the people. I was like, I don't know, you must be drinking a different product because ain't no way this is as bad as you say. And in fact, it's quite good. I mean, maybe the people hate molasses. Maybe they hate sugar. Maybe they hate charred things. Maybe they hate elegant thing. You know, I know you're going to tease me and say you're stupid because they've got Appleton Estate blends that are $100 a bottle, moron. They're way better than that. Oh, yeah, I believe that. I'm not contesting that. I'm telling you, I'm starting at the bottom, and the bottom is great. It's like Johnny Walker. I started at the red label. The red label was fantastic, I thought. So can you imagine how good it's going to be up the ladder? I think it's going to be fabulous, you know. Same thing with Bacardi. You go over there and get your regular old $14 bottle of Bacardi Gold. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Now the Reserva Ocho, number 8, is it better? Well, yeah, it's way better because it's way more expensive and it's aged 8 years. It's got more high quality rums in it, you know. But I'm not disparaging the Bacardi Gold at all. I love that product. It's great, fabulous, wonderful, good, yummy. Okay. The American Revolution was fueled by alcohol and tobacco with a pinch of tax evasion. Yeah, mainly tax evasion and power grab. These American guys wanted the power. That was a good deal because we got away from that 1 penny British tax with no regulation virtually. We want our freedom. How dare you tax us a penny? on like a ton of tea, like literally a ton of tea. And you have some regulations that don't seem to really affect us in any kind of meaningful way. But we're going to revolt and have freedom. So now we have America, baby. We're independent. We have regulations that nobody can even understand. Thousands of pages for every conceivable product in America. And the taxes are way more than a penny these days. So see, sometimes you should watch what you wish for because you might get it, but it's going to be way worse than what you thought. Good move, dum-dums. I'm talking about the founding fathers, Good move, dum-dums. All right, but they weren't dumb. I can't call them dumb. They knew exactly what they were doing. All right. Spring is right around the corner, guys. It's here already. Been here for 2 weeks. Okay, they're all talking. Rum needs less time to age than whiskey, so it makes sense that cheaper rums can be really good. I'll take a $20 rum over a $20 whiskey usually. Yeah, that makes sense. It does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. The cheap rums I've tried are a lot better generally than the cheap whiskeys, which can be dreadful. Joe Biden said, oh, they're all talking. All right, we were fine till the dreaded progressive era. Well, yeah, but that was a big problem, of course. It goes back much further than that, though. I always wanted to tell you that. Cheers, Ronnie. Alcohol is taxed to death. Hey, Blake. Now, remember, during the British days, the American colonial days, there was basically no tax on alcohol. You know what I'm saying? You know how much a bottle of whiskey was? Back then, it was like 2 cents. You say, yeah, but money was but prices were lower back then. In today's money, that would be $1.12. Right. So 2 cents they had to pay for a bottle of whiskey, which would be $1.12 today, including the tax and everything. Hey, rum was probably like the same price. You say that's why they drank all the time. It just, everything was cheaper then, like tea, even in today's money, if you went out to a restaurant in 1780, I mean, the chance of getting food poisoning were much higher, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Like a meal would be like, in today's money, a good meal. I'm not talking about like a McDonald's, but like a decent meal at a mid-range restaurant would be like, in today's money, would tip about $18 for 2 people, maybe like $22 for 2 people. Today it'd be like $80 to $100 for 2 people. Because you order drinks and everything and coffee, and dessert. But back then that's okay. So you like regulation, you like being regulated, you like paying high taxes, getting sent over to some country you never heard of to fight people you don't know about. You got it. All right. Now, do you like the Tragically Hip? I don't know what that is. Now I drank Budweiser. I would be scared to try a $1.12 bottle of liquor. Yeah, but what I'm saying would be the same as today. It would be like Jack Daniels, but it would be $1.12. Today's prices are so much higher, says Ronnie, due to the inflationary policies of the Federal Reserve System. That's right. And if you look on their website, they say it was created in 1912 to create inflation. It's not my words. It's not some right-wing. You're reading all that right-wing literature. Yeah, that's true. But I looked at their own website, and that's what they say. So they could expand the money supply. What is expansion of the money supply? That is translated to inflation. Inflate, expand, blow up, loosen. All right. It's not normal that prices rise like that, but we think it is. Because that's all we know. Unless we start reading, then we find out, and then we say, oh. Also keep in mind that money was linked to gold back in those days. Today, it's all linked to air. Virtual. Right. It was linked to gold until as recently as 1971 on the international market. U.S. Money was linked to the Federal Reserve, gold reserves. I'm sorry, gold reserve. But until 1933, money was linked to gold. You could literally trade in a $10 bill and get a gold coin. That's why prices were so low, because $10 was worth $10 in gold. Or maybe it was a $20 gold coin, but I think it was 10. That's why you could buy a house for $2,000 back then and a car for $700. So if you made $1 an hour, you were wealthy. You know, you were really wealthy, you know. So, and then you could trade in other money for silver. Dollar, you know, you could take $1 and get 4 silver coins or 1 silver dollar. We're talking about pure silver. You say, but that's bad because it restricts the money supply. Of course it restricts it, because you have to pay the person commodities on demand, gold and silver upon demand. Well, of course it restricts it. Oh, a Canadian band. Okay, I'm not familiar with them. Hasn't been linked to gold at all since 1971. Right. I was just saying that. Americans have been conditioned to be idiots, seriously. Yeah, but we're trying to recondition them. In other words, Ronnie, we're kind of like deprogrammers. You know, people get in a cult. They get caught up in a cult, so we're trying to deprogram them. I still prefer to have something in my hand like cash, not credit. I like to own CDs, not just listen online. I'm the same way. Henry Ford created the middle class by paying his factory workers $5 an hour. Yeah, he did pay more than the normal person. Illegal. Competition four-wheeler. Sheriff's office won't do anything. If you call, they'll say, yeah, we're going to look into it. They go up and down a railroad track. But they're going to run over a child one day, and then they'll say, what, you know, what happened? And then all the officials will say, we're very serious about this. We do not tolerate this in this community. Yeah, right. You know it's going to happen. Some little kid is going to get run over by those things. They're supposed to be only operated at a track. It's probably somebody whose parents are sheriff's deputy riding up and down the street on that. Oh, yeah, $5 a day. Yeah, right. Not an hour, a day. An hour, they would have been a millionaire in a year. You think Americans are bad? You should see Europeans. Haha, the world is crazy. I know that. Then Henry Ford turned into, well, yes and no. That wasn't necessarily true, but he did have sort of that, at least he was at least in a contextual sense that way. The sheriff will do something when his reelection is threatened by a related issue. Right. As was Lindbergh. Right. Lindbergh was anti-war. He was anti-war, so then they say he was a fascist because he didn't want to have World War II. People say all these, talk to you, Ronald. Hey, David. So, I think the Appleton Estate is a little more watery. See, there's competition. They're so dumb. They'll go down a highway with them and get killed. Like run into a truck. I meant that they portrayed him as an anti-Semite, not that he was per se. Oh, right. Oh, yes. Yeah, when I lived in LaPlace, I had my truck broken into and stole my gas card. When I told the St. James Sheriff's Office, well, that's in the next parish, that the Shell station that he used my card at had cameras, they told me that. So what's the good word? Which rum is better? And all in all, right. We're getting off track. We do that at night, get all relaxed, start talking about, they were more concerned with murders than thieves. Yeah, but thieves become murderers, you know, If you deal with the little things, you don't have to deal with the big things. When I taught high school, I used to try to convince these principals of that, but you couldn't because they weren't smart. I would tell them if you would deal with small things, you would never have to deal with the big things, because all the people that do the big things at school are the ones doing all the small things. But you can't make people smart. I have a first edition Ford, a copy of Ford's controversial book. Great read. Roosevelt was very fond of the fascist policies of Mussolini. His New Deal was influenced by it. Yes, that's true. The New Deal was basically plagiarism of the fascist system. Interesting. Okay, now, which one's better? Well, I'll look at the label just for to say I looked at the label. I know it's the Bacardi, and of course it is. Which one's better? I think the Bacardi is better because it's more refined, has a little bit more character. But for $10 more a bottle, it should be. So it's kind of living up to that $10 more per bottle, $30 a bottle. The Appleton Estate signature blend is very nice. I do like the roasted marshmallow. The real smoky quality in a way, not smoke like scotch. Now, I don't want you to think I'm talking about that. But I mean smoke like from the sitting by the campfire roasted marshmallows thing. Appleton is a bit. Okay, so and the Appleton has a little bit more water content in the taste, which that might appeal to you actually more. You see, you got it right. I did get it right. I thought I might, because the Appleton Estate signature blend has such a unique flavor. It has a unique flavor. There's no such thing as such unique. It's just unique. You're either totally unlike anything else, or you're not totally unlike anything else. That's what unique means. There's nothing else like you. So you don't qualify unique, like pretty unique or very unique or quite unique. No, you're either unique or you're not. All right. Which one would I choose to mix with Coke? Neither one, neither one, neither one. I would never mix either one of these with Coke. Now, they say you should on the website, Appleton website. But I don't believe it, because I think you could buy a much cheaper rum and mix it with Coke, and you're going to get your 80 proof alcohol and your sweetness, and in the Coke, it'll be fine. I mean, heck, just go to Walmart and buy the Caliber rum. White rum, it's $9.96 for a whole 1,750 milliliters, not 750 like these. No, you get 1,750 milliliters, and it's $9.96, and it would mix fine with Coke. Now, the Caliber has a strange cotton candy or rock candy flavor, but then you think Coke is that great? I don't. It's got a strange corn syrup flavor. Okay, get Mexican Coke with the cane sugar. Still, you're going to have sugar on sugar. It's fine. It'll work. Don't take these nice things and mix them and obscure the flavor. Don't do that. I mean, if you want to put an orange wedge or orange peel in it, all right, or pour it over ice, okay, I'll go there. But when you start adulterating it, I think you're messing it up. These are good enough to be drunk on their own, as you can well see, because look, they're gone. And they were so great. And I mean great. These are wonderful. And I don't care how cheap they are. You can ridicule me and say you're a blah, 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 because you think a $30 bottle of rum is good. Yeah, well, okay, I am, because I do think that. And I think the Appleton Estate is really great, and it's only $19.96 at Walmart. But I paid $9.95 at Mathern's. No, $9.99. But what do I know for rum? All right, that was a great experience, because that was delicious versus delicious. Oh boy. Now what's coming up next in the rum category? Oh, well, I may as well put it up against those gold rums. I know this is it's no age statement, but it's aged. You know, it's average of 4 years against the Bacardi Gold. That'll be a contest. That'll be a challenge. It's still going to win, but Bacardi's going to give it a good run for money. But I'll put it up against the Skull and the what's the other ones I got? The doggone I can't think right now, but you know what I'm saying? The other ones. I got some other gold rums. Oh yeah, the well, Skull. Skull is what's that other one? It's a Sazerac brand. I can't think of the name, but it tastes like grain alcohol, but it's not grain. It's made with sugar. Sugar is a grass, though, right? Cane sugar is a grass. But that's going to be a tragedy. And then when I'm finished with the golds, then I'll bring in the Albertsons for the fun of it. The white rum. That'll be kind of interesting. American blended, that's going to be scary. That's going to be scary. Captain Morgan, no, I have Captain Morgan white. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Not everyone can go to Walmart and buy liquor, Ron. Remember that. I know I can. I just say that on purpose so that people can be like jealous, saying, that ain't right. How come I can't go to Walmart and buy rum off the shelf? And I'm saying that on purpose because I want you to think the correct way. Like, your state government should not be restricting that. I don't think. You know, tell your legislator, hey, we want liberalization. You say you're a big liberal. Why do you want to restrict my personal freedom? And they might say, well, I mean, I'm liberal about controlling your life. You know, something like that. So I can go to Walmart and buy all the liquor I want off the shelf like a box of cereal. So you should be able to do that in your state. He says, I do drink my rum straight, but on a hot day, I love a rum and Coke. But it'd be a sin to mix a $30 rum. I agree. It's fun also to blend different rums together. If one is too watery and one is flavorful but hot, I try blending it. That's a great idea. Captain Morgan, yeah, I have the white. Ron Pontalba, says Urjo. Right, Ron Pontalba. That's the one that tastes like rubbing alcohol. Yeah. The Irishman is a good movie. I liked how they didn't use time constraints with it. Made the story better, I think. See, me and Ronnie been on this month-long animosity towards that. I said I couldn't stand it, and he said he liked it. Oh, I don't mind that it's long. I like long stuff. I mean, the Godfather epic is like 6 hours long. You know, it's the first two Godfather movies without the deletions. You know, with the deleted scenes added back in. And it's in chronological order. It's like 6 hours long, maybe longer. But I mean, I don't mind the time. It's great, but it's great. I just love that. But the Irishman, I couldn't stand. But I might give it another chance if I get time. It's a time situation here. But I don't think I'm going to change my mind. I don't even like movies. In some nations, you can buy liquor on Amazon for cheap. They're liberal in the woke sense, not the true meaning. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, they're woke to embrace socialism and control over your life and restricting your personal freedom in every way, shape, form, and fashion. Yeah. I don't want to wake up to that. I want to wake up to freedom, not, you know, restrictions on every move you make, taxing your life, stealing your wife, sending you off to whatever country you never heard of so you can learn to duck and try to get back alive, you know? I don't want to wake up to that. You're not woke, you're dumb. Okay. But I don't get invited to The View. You know, The View never called me and said, you want to come on and talk to us so we can all gang up on you and take you apart? I would tell them, fat chance that's going to happen, but I'll come on your show, but you're going to delete it when I take y'all apart. I'll take y'all apart. You're not going to take me apart. Believe me. Believe me. Any liberal show out there wants to bring me on. A, I'm not going to be intimidated. B, I'm not going to get nervous. And C, I'm going to destroy your arguments. That is a guarantee. But no big deal. No big deal. No big deal. We drinking rum. We're not worrying about all of that. South Carolina put a hitch in Bernie's giddy up. Well, you knew that was coming. Yeah, I agree. I can't stand the View. Really annoyed me how they treated Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, she should have known they were going to be mean to her because, you know, they're establishment pro-war people. It's hard to argue against freedom and personal responsibility. Yeah, but they do it. But they do it in a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've dealt with these people for 10 years on YouTube and Facebook. They always want a controlled environment. Like, I'm going to talk bad about you, but they won't allow you to be on there. It's like, well, that's not really standing up for your ideology. If you were brave as you claim to be, as brave as you claim to be, you would have me there, and then you would come after me. But you're not going to do that because you will be schooled. And you know that's going to happen. You know that will happen. So I wouldn't let me, if I was a big time progressive, socialist, Marxist, Leninist, liberal, I wouldn't let me on the show. I'm talking about me. I wouldn't let myself on the show. I'm not going to be embarrassed on live TV. If you want to call it live, it ain't really live. It's hard. Called her a traitor when she went to Iraq twice. Right, a traitor. How you like that? Blake TV says, amen, Ronald. I'm here. If people feel strong, it's like, you feeling strong? I'll come on. You're not going to like it, but you might like it because you might get woke up to the real reality, you know? Like, you might be freed from your shackles of the warfare welfare state, you know? I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan, not recommended, says JBD. Yeah, no doubt. So you all know the deal, JBD. I would like to go to Iraq on a regular trip, not occupation trip. All right, but anyway, all right. So, well, it's been too long. We've been on too long. But the Bacardi does win, but it doesn't win by a great measure. But I think it's a fair competition. $10 difference, a $30 bottle versus $20 bottle. That seems about right. Yeah, I think it worked out. So it's a winner all around. It's like there's no downside to this taste challenge. It's all winning. It's win, win, win. You buy the Appleton, win. You buy the Bacardi Reserva Ocho, win. You don't lose. There's no loss. There's no downside. No. I wouldn't want to go to. Oh, you're welcome. I would go to Iraq, but I'd be nervous about it. Okay, y'all have a good night.